Hello guys, welcome to a new video, and today I'm going to show you how to face the problem of render components all the time in React Native when you are using Redux. So let's do it. One of the big problems using React Native that we have to try to handle is the performance, okay? And one of the most important thing that can make the performance slower, is render all the time the components. Remember the bridge that React Native has, and we have to avoid to render our components all the time if we don't need it, okay? So I have here a basic example that I will run it. Let's do this, okay? That I'm just showing my name, some information, and I have a button over here. This example will be in GitHub, so you can download. And this example has a React Native installation and a Redux installation. That's it, nothing else. So I'm going to explain you a little bit how I create this app in order to keep going with the tutorial. So basically, I have my app over here, so I'm using the provider of Redux. This is the basic installation. I have my store over here, that is this file that is using one reducer that we will see it later. Okay, so I'm using my store over here, and I'm rendering this component that I made, that is basically one view with 3 text and 1 button. Okay, and this text is showing these props: the name, the age, and the height. Okay, and all these variables are being taken in. Sorry, I'm taking it from here. Okay, from this map state to props. This is part of Redux, so I'm using the name variable, the age, and the height of this reducer, and I will be able to use this variable over here as a props. Then I'm using this action, okay, is a set value that allow me to set any value, doesn't matter if it's the name, the age, or the height. Okay, so if we go to the action over here, you will see that it's just one function, okay, that set the value. Which value? Doesn't matter which value. You can see this code with more calm after the video, but basically I'm creating one function that allow me to set any value of my reducer. Okay, because if I have, for example, 20 variables, I will have to create 20 actions. Okay, one action for each variable that I want to set. So at the moment, when our apps are getting bigger, we don't want to have too many functions, too many actions in this file. So this function allow me to set any variable. It doesn't matter how many variables I will have in my reducer. And here in the reducer, I'm doing the same. I'm making the same. That basically I have my reducer over here, sorry, and it's the same. Basically, if I have 20 variables, I will have to create 20 cases, one case for each variable, and this is not really clean when we are creating big apps. So I have just one case that fit with any variable that I want to set. It doesn't matter if I create, for example, here another variable that, for example, second name, like this. If I create another variable in my reducer, I can use this reducer and this action set value to handle this variable without any problem, because it's fitting with any variable of this state. Okay, so you can read it with more calm after the video. Okay, so let's continue. Right now, after this, I have my reducer, my action, and my home over here. Yeah, so I'm using my name, my age, and my height. And if I run the code, you will see this. Okay, right now I'm going to set this console log that will alert me when this home is rendered. Okay, so if I go to my debugger over here, I will clean it. You will see that if I refresh, you will see I'm rendering home. Okay, nothing too hard, too difficult, just rendering home one time. It's okay, there's no problem. But now imagine that I want to change this prop, my name, okay? And I don't want to change any other value, just my name, okay? So I'm going to create this button that change my data, and this is the function that it will call. That is basically setting a value of my name to Bob. That's it, changing my name. If I run this, you will see that welcome Bob. If I refresh, welcome Bob. Okay, what is the problem? The problem is that if I clean this console log and if I okay, if I run this again, you will see I'm rendering home. It's perfect because it was the first time of this view. But then if I change my data, I'm rendering all this screen just to change this text, welcome Bob, this text. Okay, so I'm rendering all the view again just to change this. Okay, and that is the big problem because I'm going to render this text and this text and this button all the time only if I change my name. So it's not really useful. And so the idea is to render just this text. Okay, so one thing that we can do is to create all this text as a component, okay, like a separate component. So I'm going to create a new folder that it will call, okay, new folder, like this, components, okay. And here I'm going to create a new component that I'm going to call it my text name, for example. Okay, my text name.js. Perfect. So after that, just give me 1 second. I need to change some code. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to create a simple function, that I will call it function text name. Yeah, I will receive the props, and it will return a text. Okay, and which text? My name. Yeah, so I have to go over here and take this. Nice. So I'm going to receive the props and show my name, and then export default text name. Nice, simple, nothing too complicated. And I will take out this and it's okay. So right now here I'm going to import this component text name from component where I am. Okay, sorry, like this. Component and text name. Okay, and now I will show this. Okay, like this, and here I need to send my name. That will be this. So now I can take this off and refresh. Oh, I have an error. Let's see. Props name. Okay, what is the error? Text name. So in text name I can props name. Okay, I think that I know what is going on. So I will create here a value that will be welcome and this. Okay. I have to use just this. Okay, but I need to concatenate it. So I need to concatenate this. I will do it with like this. Perfect. So right here, just val. Okay, now it should work. Sweet. Okay, it's working. Nice. Yeah, welcome Maximiliano, but there's some styles that is not working very well because of this. But it's okay. I'm not pretty sure if I can change it. Let's see. Style. Okay, it doesn't matter. So I have this. Okay, if I change my name, welcome Bob, it's working. But what is happening actually if I go over here and if I refresh? Okay, I'm rendering home, perfect. But if I change my data, I'm rendering home again. It doesn't matter if I create another component, because the element that is handling, okay, the name is the home. So all the time, if the name change, this home will render again. So we don't have to put this variable here in the home view, because if we put it here, all the time if we change the name variable, the home will render again, and it will render all the child components again. So we don't want to render all the components all the time when the name change. So we have to take this off. The problem, if we take this off, we can't give the name here. So the thing that I'm going to do is just to put it like this, okay? And I will connect this text name here. Sorry, I'm going to connect this to Redux. Okay, I'm going to connect it. So if I connect this, I will have access, okay, to the Redux variables, to the Redux states. And which state I will want to handle, easy, will be the name. So I will take just this name. Nice. So I will have this will be null, and yeah, like this. So here will be just like this, props name, because I will have the name here in props because of this map state to props of Redux. And over here I will have to take this off, and I think that it should work. It's working. If I change my data, welcome to Bob. So let's see what is happening right now. If I go to my browser, if I clean this, if I render, I'm rendering home. Yeah, perfect, it's okay. Now I will change my data. Now I'm welcome Bob, and as you can see, I'm not rendering home again. So I will put a console log over here, console log, sorry, okay, I'm rendering text name. Perfect. So if I go here and if I clean this and then go here, you will see that at the first time I'm rendering home, and home is rendering all the child components, in this case the text name. But if I change my data, as you can see, I'm only rendering the text name component. I'm not rendering any other component. So imagine that my home over here has a lot of big components with other components and like a tree of components, okay? A big tree of a lot of components. If I change some variable that is here in home that will be the root of this big tree, all the childs of home will render, and that is a big slow problem, okay? A big performance problem. So when we are creating components in React Native, we must avoid to render all the time. So if I have this, okay, like this component, only this component will render, because only this component know about and want to know the state of name. Home, it doesn't matter, like this view, it doesn't care about the name variable, and will be the same with age or height. Okay, we need to create a component that handle this. But that when we want to solve this problem like this, we have another problem, is that we can't reuse this component in all our app, because this component is using specifically this variable. But it's okay, it doesn't matter. If I want to create a global component, for example, if I create another folder, we'll call global component like this, okay, I will create another file that we will call global text, for example, global text, or red text. We want to create a red text. .yes, and this will be something really similar, okay, red text, but I'm not going to use Redux, okay, because it's a global component that I want to use in all my app, because maybe it has some styles and some props that I want to show, that it doesn't matter if I'm using Redux or not, I want to use this component. So I'm not going to use this, I'm not going to use this, and also I want to remove this, and here I will use just this props dot text, okay, just a text, a simple text like this. Perfect. And now I want to style this, so let's do it over here. I will style it, and finally let's put some style over here. I will remove this, so I will change the color red, and container, okay, so I will change this styles container. Nice. So now I can use this component in order to feed all my specific component of this home view, okay, because remember, you can't use this component in all our app, only in the home view. So you can reuse this component, but this one you can, because I'm not using Redux over here, and it's just a simple component that is taking a text and just showing it with a red color. That's it. Okay, so here I will use this: import red text from global components red text. Perfect. So I will render this, sorry, like this. Perfect. And I will send a text. Which text, it doesn't matter. In this case will be welcome Bob or Maximilian, depend of if I press the button or not. This, sorry, will be Val, just like this. Okay, so here I'm using sorry, this, I want to keep this. I'm using a generic component. Let's see if it's working. Oh, it's an error. Let's see what is going on here. Text. Okay, the same problem. Just like this. It's red. Perfect. So basically I have here 3 layers. The first one will be my home. Okay, the root of my view that has a lot of components. Then I will have the components, okay, the child components that are only able to use it in home. Okay, I can reuse this component. Okay, I can only use it here in home one time. Okay, so I have the component, the home layer, the big one, then I have the specific component, text name, and then I have all the components that I would like to reuse in another views of my app. So if we go here and we are going to clean this, as you can see, I'm rendering home and rendering text name, nothing changed. And if I change my data, I just rendering the text name. Okay, so guys, I will put this code in GitHub. You can read it with more calm, and if you have any comment, just put it below of my video. Thank you very much. I hope you guys like it, and remember, when we are creating apps in React Native, it's really important to avoid the render. This is one of the main problems. It's one of the main problems that all the people say when we are creating React Native apps because of the performance. But we can avoid, and we can create really fast apps in React Native if we try to avoid the render problem. Okay guys, so see you in the next video, and have a nice day. Bye bye.